Evening, folks. We're going to do another kind of educational video. I'm going to make a mews jess for one of our birds. Now, you've seen us coping for the other day as we replaced some of the jess at the same time, so we made some new ones, we filmed it, and then we're going to put this video on afterwards. However, today I got home from work again, and we have another parcel from our wish list by one of our amazing supporters, and I opened it and found this and this. So this is a vitamin supplement for birds and reptiles and everything else that we use. So this is amazing. But this, the reason I'm showing you this attached to this video is because I could have done with this before I was doing it. You'll see in the video in a second. This is a leather hole punch. So Hayley, I am going to tag you in this one, even though we could have done this with before. But this will show you what we're going to do with this. Take care, folks. Enjoy the video. So today I'm going to try my first ever voiceover. So we're going to start the jess. So our first task is to cut the leather into a thin strip, usually about 1 centimetre across, depending on which bird we're making it for. Now the leather that I use is nubuck. There's generally two types that most people use for falconry equipment, and it's either nubuck leather or kangaroo hide. Today though we're using nubuck. So now we've cut the strip, what we're going to do is we're going to fold over the top, and then we fold it again, so we have a double fold at the top of around about 1 centimetre. Now this is where I wish that we'd already had the parcel from Hayley and the leather punch, because as you can see that's as old as the hills and doesn't really work properly. And also as well, every time you go to punch something it slips, which you will see as I go to try and do it. It unaligns itself. So once we've lined it up properly, and then what we try to do is punch the leather through basically 3 pieces of leather because of the 2 folds. And you can see as I try to push it, it also looks like I'm trying to push something else as well. So we finally punch through all 3 layers of leather. The next job is at the opposite end, we cut the leather into a point. Now this is going to come in useful in a second when we try to feed it all through. Once we've done that, I fold the leather back over, making sure that all 3 of the holes are lined up, and then we get our jess grease. Now this is when I realise that it's been that cold in the shed that the jess grease is completely frozen. So we then try and rub it through the leather and force the leather into the grease to actually get some on. Several attempts trying to get the frozen grease onto the actual leather, smoothing it all out, and you can now see that I've now got loads of leather debris in my grease. But anyway, once we've got it all greased up, obviously making sure I put the grease back into the toolbox so I know where it is again in the future, we line it all up. Then what we have to do is try and feed that through all the leather. Now this is where I'm trying to look for my actual pliers so I can then pull it through. And I will admit this is one of the easiest pull throughs I've ever done while pulling through a jess. So we pull it right the way through, give it a good tug, and then what we have is our button at the end of the leather. The next job is to make the slit at the opposite end of the jess for attaching to the swivel. Now what I'll do next is I'll punch a small hole towards the end, again using the dodgy hole punch. Thank you very much, Hayley, for the new one. It's going to be massively appreciated when we start making some new ones. So we do one hole, and then we do another hole a little bit further up, probably about 3 to 4 centimeters, depending on the size of the swivel we're going to be using. Then what we do, between the 2 holes, we take our very sharp knife, we cut a straight line, well, as straight as possible anyway, from one hole to the next, and then this will open up and be how we attach the swivel. The reason for the 2 holes first is to prevent any splitting. It stops the leather from splitting. So there you go, guys, that's how we make a jess, and then we just repeat the process for the second one. But the next ones we make, we'll have a new toy to play with. So thanks again, Hayley, for the new hole punch. Hope you enjoyed the video. It wasn't too long. Let me know what you think of the voiceovers as well. So take care, folks. We'll see you all again soon.